Get ready, Staten Island. It's time to celebrate 5 years of Ferry Hawks baseball.
Friday, May 22nd at 7 p.m. it's Scout Night. This $16 ticket includes Ferry Hawks Special Edition 2026 Scout Patch. And for just $25 more, it's a Scout sleepover and breakfast the next morning. And post-game, all kids glow around the bases. Saturday, May 23rd at 1 p.m. it's Matinee Baseball. And Sunday, May 24th at 1:30 p.m., Matinee Baseball.
Visit ferryhawks.com now to lock in your seats. Cats and Cosby, entertaining and informative
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Well, hail to the chief.
And it's
Well,
fitting.
it looks like the chief is still the chief.
And by the way, he has a perfect record. Last night, 37-1. 37-0, forgive me, on all the races, including governors, senators, House. The biggie, of course, is ousting a huge Trump nemesis, Thomas Massie, who has voted against the president much more lately against him than
And why
for
did he
him.
vote against the president? Just for the hell of it.
Well, he voted against him actually he voted for the war powers, which is against the war in Iran. He voted against Maduro. He also voted against Israel in a number of things. And he voted against the big, beautiful bill, which would have been huge tax cuts, John, for everybody.
And he got what he deserved. He came in not second. He came in last.
How do you say clobbered?
He got clobbered. And in the studio with us today, we have Vito Fasella, the borough president of the great island of Staten Island. Welcome, Vito.
Great to be with you. Thank you, Rita John.
And we have Judge Richard Weinberg and Justice of the Supreme Court of the State of New York. Well, Judge?
What did you think, Judge, of last night?
Last night, I think, were good results for Trump. As you know, I'm not very happy about Trump endorsing Paxton as opposed to Senator Cornyn.
And that primary is next Tuesday.
Is
Next
it next
week,
Tuesday?
yes, it's next Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
And I have to tell you something. I'm disheartened by that because I think that's a terrible mistake. Whoever wins that primary,
Well, that's why you have a vote. Everybody has their opinion.
Of course, but the point is, you're spending a lot of money. You have this kid who's getting money from all over the world to back him from the extremists. He's a dangerous kid, and he could win that seat.
You mean Tallarico, the Democrat?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a seat that the Republicans should easily have held on to.
Although
That's
he's
problem.
such a wacko.
It doesn't matter. All the money that's being
Tallarico.
spent there, they should spend
also,
elsewhere.
We have
Fernando Mateo.
who represents the entire Latino community.
I thought
Every
you guys,
single one of
you
them.
guys were leaving me for last.
Saving the best for last.
That's right.
There
That's
you
right.
go.
Yeah, we're going to bring you up at 5:59.
But I
Not
With a minute to
601.
spare.
Not
Minute to spare.
601.
Well,
Okay.
listen, I'll take that 1 minute. But let me tell you, I believe that anyone that votes against Trump and not against his policy will always lose. And a lot of these people that vote against his policies is because they're really voting against him. And that's why they lose.
And in this case, you know what's so weird with Massie? And I'm looking at Vito, too, because I think we're both thinking the same thing. Massie often would kind of vote with Trip Roy or other people, but it didn't make sense. And then he had these anti-Semitic swipes. I was here live last night when all the news was breaking, and I've never seen a concession speech. And he said, I couldn't reach Ed Galrine, who is now, he's a Navy SEAL. He's the guy who got elevated, who will be going forward now. It's because he won the primary against Massie. And he said, but I couldn't reach him because he was in Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
I mean, it's disgusting.
It was a huge night for President Trump. The onslaught continues against the guy, and he just gets stronger and stronger, particularly when rank and file Republicans. Why? Because they're loyal to him, and he's loyal to them. And they don't buy the rhetoric. And this guy from Kentucky that they beat was nothing but a big mouth who just was looking for the glory and looking for the headlines. And he was handed a huge defeat in only because of President Trump. So anybody with, and I support President Trump 100%. I think it was a huge political win for the president, and God bless him.
And by the way, this
And
Ed
guess what?
Galrine.
What else? The stock market, Dow Jones hit 50,000 today.
Where's the applause for that? That's
Where's
a
the
biggie.
applause?
We definitely need applause for
it
that.
came back, right?
Yeah, it came back.
Yeah, because it had hit 50 a long time ago.
By the way, I also want to just say that this Ed Galrine, the guy who did beat Massey, really interesting guy. Trump, he was a nobody, kind of came in from nowhere in terms of political accomplishments. Trump picked him, it was like 15, 16 weeks ago. He skyrocketed. Navy SEAL, Navy commander, 30 years in the military, super heralded, and a dairy farmer, and just a great American.
Just in the prediction markets, just within like the last 2 weeks, he still was polling low in terms of chances of success. But then when the president put the springs on and started marching, that was it. It was done.
And now, by the way, we have something else to celebrate. One of our Cats and Cosby team folks.
Today is Governor David Paterson's birthday.
We love him.
Happy birthday, David Paterson.
Where's he celebrating? David, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We love him. He is such a great guy. And of course, we'll have to find out tomorrow it depends how good of a birthday he has, whether he shows up or not tomorrow, right? What do you think?
Well, the way he parties, I don't think he's showing up tomorrow.
And also on a sad note, I want to make sure we also acknowledge the passing of our friend, Congressman Barney Frank.
Congressman Barney Frank. He was a good guy. He was. And listen, nobody's perfect, but he was a pretty good guy.
Well, I talked to Barney.
You talked to him last week.
I talked to Barney about a week ago, and you could tell it was probably going to be our final conversation. He said, "Rita, I love you," and we sparred all the time on the air. You can imagine, because we have very different politics. But he was just incredibly gracious. Always just said thank you for putting him on the air all the time. He was 86, and yes, we didn't agree on a lot of things. But boy, he fought for what he believed in, and he also is writing a book that's coming out. Actually, he told me. He said, "Don't forget me," and I said, "We never will." And his book is about bridging differences. He always wanted to hear from the other side. Even if he didn't agree with the other side, he always wanted to hear from them.
And I would say I had the pleasure of serving with Barney. He was a friend. He was from a different age when you can disagree respectfully. And he was smart. He was articulate, was willing to listen to the other side. I don't see that happening that much anymore. And was willing to compromise when necessary and when possible. So,
and he was on the
peace,
board of
Barney.
directors of Signature Bank, sitting next to, I think, you know who else was on the board of directors of Signature Bank? It was President Trump's daughter.
And I remember we had him on, John. Didn't we have him on after all the signature stuff? And just what a sharp-tongued, quippy guy.
I have the last interview I did. Maybe I'll send it to you if you want to play it at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, that'd be great.
He wrote a great book about the Democratic Party losing its way.
Yes, exactly.